新模式的创建举步维艰。
Why so hard at the very beginning?
为了成功，他们放手一搏。
But then they got the knock on the door, and it was actually Joe or Brian.
分享经济模式打破世界格局。
So you think we will see more and more sharing economy model business in the future? And how do you think that will change our world?
法规和官司阻路 ，Airbnb 如何破解？
A lot of these rules need to be rethought in the 21st century context.
尽在本期的创业美国。
欢迎收看《创业美国》，我是一佳，带你了解美国前沿创业者成功背后的故事。上一期的节目，我们带大家呢认识了全球第3大的创新企业 Airbnb 和它成长的艰辛故事。那它成长的时候呢，正好是在2008年的金融危机爆发的时候，这给这家公司带来了什么样的契机和困难呢？我们首先来了解一下。
A lot of people mention Airbnb and company like Uber with sharing economy. It's a relatively new term.
Well, the term sharing economy didn't exist when we started the company. The idea behind the sharing economy is that people have excess assets or time, and that technology can make it possible to share or monetize that excess, and it's just more efficient for everybody. Recently, been just such an explosion of activity, and it's become known as the sharing economy.
So you think we will see more and more sharing economy model business in the future? And how do you think that will change our world?
You see different businesses taking off, so I do think this is an enduring trend. I think what's really exciting and how this might change the world is that this is an opportunity that's open to so many people. So what's happened over time in general in our society is to get a job, you have to be smarter and smarter, right? You have to go to college, get a special degree, work very hard just to get a job. The cool thing about the sharing economy, and say Airbnb for example, is that as long as you have a home and you have a little bit of hospitality in you, you can participate and you can make an income from the sharing economy.
Airbnb 在全球拥有80万间住所，已经远超洲际酒店和希尔顿酒店的房间总和，成为了酒店业中不可忽视的另类。为了提升用户体验，2013年 Airbnb 特邀拥有近30年精品酒店经营经验的 Chip Conley 加入。
Airbnb is revolutionizing the hospitality industry. How?
What I loved about Airbnb is we're revolutionizing the hospitality business, but in many ways we're just taking it back to its roots. Before there was a Holiday Inn or there was a Shangri-La hotel group, there were people opening their homes to each other. What Airbnb has done is taken that idea and taken it back to the grassroots level so that people can open their homes and feel the trust and safety through our website so that people can actually go stay with them and you can experience as a guest that hospitality, but in a much more localized kind of way.
分享型经济想要成功的重要一步呢，就是建立起人们之间的信任。毕竟啊，想要让大家打开家门，让陌生人住进来，不是一个很容易的事。这个时候呢 ，Airbnb 再次利用科技这一手段，利用人们的社交网络账户和评分机制，建立起了用户之间的信任。
The host can check the users by their social media. Why do you think that's a good way to check people's background now?
Consumers have grown used to social media, right? Everybody these days has a social media account with their real name and pictures, and everybody has a digital identity. And so we're really tapping into that phenomenon as a way of building trust between people.
2011年，三藩市的屋主被住户偷走所有值钱的东西。2014年，纽约市的一间 Airbnb 成了非法派对的场所，家里财物不是被拿就是被破坏。这些个别案例威胁着不容易建立起来的信任机制。Airbnb 为此投入了大量的资金和资源，希望可以维护市场的秩序，同时保障屋主与用户的安全和利益。
How important security is or safety is to Airbnb?
Obviously, it's incredibly important, and that's part of our original innovation. So there's things that we do in the background using things like machine learning to take in different signals and assess risk. And if we think something is risky, we ask the user to complete more steps to prove that they're trustworthy. Now, of course, that's not enough. I mean, there's always a 1 in 10 million chance that something could go wrong. And so in that situation, first of all, you can always call us and we can help you. But we also have something called the host guarantee. So if something in your home is damaged or stolen, up to $1 million US, Airbnb will protect you.
Airbnb 充分发挥 Chip 在酒店业的丰富经验，在不失 Airbnb 特色同时，提升服务的质量。
Well, there's a lot of things that we teach them about because most people have never done this before. So there's a lot of information on the website, not just about like safety best practices, for which there is a whole help center describing how to do that, but also things like hospitality, so how to be a good host.
You mentioned about the standard for the listings. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
We introduced hospitality standards. So let me use a couple of examples. One that's really obvious is cleanliness. You want to go and stay, if you're a guest, you want to go stay in a place that feels clean. So we give some tips to our host of how they can actually create a better and cleaner place.
Airbnb 之所以受投资人的欢迎，一个重要的原因就是它的商业模式非常清晰。
My understanding is the main cash flow is coming from the booking fee. And did Airbnb always do that kind of structure?
That is something that has been true from the beginning, and it's what makes us different from other sites. And we said to put a profile on Airbnb, it doesn't cost anything. But if you get a booking, then you pay a commission. And so we take a service fee from the guest between 6 and 12%, and then we take 3% from the host.
You mentioned about the 6 to 12%. So different people you will apply different percentage. How you differentiate these clients?
So the idea is if the reservation is more expensive, then we'll charge a lower percentage. So a $100 reservation will have a service fee of say 12%. But if it's over $1,000, maybe it's closer to 6%.
从创建开始 ，Airbnb 通过民主党代表大会、伦敦奥运会等大型活动进行推广，就连股神巴菲特也在2014年的股东大会上推荐了他们的服务。Airbnb 不但有更容易开发新客户的机会，还能获得免费的宣传，值得我们中国创业者好好借鉴一下。
Airbnb is taking advantage of every big event to expand business into more groups. So what do you think about that strategy?
Well, big events are certainly an opportunity for Airbnb to add value. So for example, in the World Cup down in Brazil, we had over 120,000 guests stay on Airbnb. We had 20,000 homes available just in Rio. 8 months before, it was only 5,000. And we actually officially partnered with one of the host cities because some of the hotels in that host city were not completed on time. And so we worked together to help the locals to rent out their homes. And actually Brazilians made over $40 million from Airbnb during the World Cup. So that's the benefit for cities. And of course, many of these events are very high profile, and so Airbnb gets talked about as well.
Airbnb 的飞速发展也引起了酒店业主和政府相关机构的关注，所以关于Airbnb 在合法性和规范性上面的话题和质疑也接踵而来。
Airbnb is such a new thing, and the sharing economy is such a new concept. So once a while, Airbnb will have conflict with regulators from different cities, states like New York, San Francisco, or even as far as Berlin. So how is your company deal with that kind of conflict?
So Airbnb is obviously a very new idea. Just 6 years ago, we didn't exist at all. And suddenly, today, or last Saturday, we had 425,000 people staying in other people's homes on a single night. So it's just exploded almost out of nowhere. And so it's taken a lot of cities by surprise, and they're just learning about this for the first time. Now, cities all have rules, of course, and so many cities have very old rules about where you can stay in terms of lodging and hotels. And so a lot of these rules need to be rethought in the 21st century context.
What kind of things you are trying to build up with government?
So many of the cities don't know what to think about this, and they have certain things on their mind for which we have good answers to. So cities are concerned with tax, for example. Well, we're now cooperating with cities like Portland to collect tax. Another thing is there are certain benefits of Airbnb that cities don't even realize are happening. Hotels are in certain neighborhoods, like touristy neighborhoods. The Airbnb properties are everywhere. What happens is the tourists spend their money close to where they're staying. And so a lot of the tourism dollars are now flowing to neighborhoods that don't normally see the benefit of tourism.
Airbnb 融资的大部分资金花在2个方面，一个是客户服务，一个是产品开发，尤其是在中国市场的本土化上下足了功夫。
We're investing a lot into the product.
Like what?
Yeah. Well, one thing we're doing is further customizing the product for certain geographies, actually in particular for China. So a lot of Chinese travelers are using Airbnb to travel, but there's certain things we want to do to make it easier. So we now support Alipay, so that's something we did this year. We have integrated with Weibo and WeChat. We have customized our mobile apps so that they're in the Chinese mobile app stores. So we've been putting a lot of effort into localizing our product to make it easier to use for those in different countries.
How could we do better? I think the number one thing we need to be able to do is to help create more dependability, not consistency. Hotels are about consistency. Dependability is about how do you create an expectation and then deliver on the expectation.
Airbnb 目前为全世界192个国家的用户提供35种语言的人工服务，可以说国际化策略相当成功。但是在中国短租市场的发展却并不顺利，他们明智地转变策略，利用自己的国际资源来吸引中国出境游用户。
What do you think about Chinese market?
Well, Chinese are now the #1 international travelers as of 2013. They spent over $100 billion. That's only going to be more so in the future. And so we've really been trying to tailor our product so that Chinese who want to leave the country and experience different cultures can do that through Airbnb.
You mentioned you are tailored the service for Chinese travelers. What's the difference between Chinese travelers and the travelers from the States, from Europe?
Yeah, it's actually really amazing. I've gotten to go to China several times this year. I've talked to a lot of users, and actually I've talked to a lot of people who have never used Airbnb. In China, people are so open-minded to new things. It's a whole new world for them. So I think it's a really exciting opportunity for a generation to grow up just kind of thinking that Airbnb has always been available.
关于分享经济和 Airbnb 这家公司成长的话题，我们在未来的节目当中还会继续为您关注。感谢您的收看。想要了解更多的节目细节，欢迎关注我们的微博、微信账户。同时，在微信上输入 Airbnb， 你还会获得更多的延展阅读。我是一加，下期创业美国为你带来更多美国前沿创业者成功背后的故事。
我们在 Airbnb 见到很多特别好玩的人，我记得有一个是戴着睡帽、穿着睡衣，拿着一个熊走过来，还有一个人是大热天儿裹着一个像大棉袄，像 S 机模人一样吹着冷气打电脑，哎呦，特别好玩。但他们的工作人员都觉得习以为常。